This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Topping our news this evening, the city of Bradenton could soon see hundreds of thousands of state dollars to create affordable housing for residents after the city council votes to renew a state funding program. However, the city is already faced with a waiting list of residents looking for help, and city officials say this money may not be enough to help them all. ABC7's Jess Daldrick is joining us live in the studio tonight with more. Jess.
Good evening, Haley. City Council unanimously voted in favor of renewing the local housing assistance plan offered by the state, but the need may be too great for the money to fix.
It's outrageous, I think.
Tatiana Gilmer says she's forced to live out of an RV because she can't afford rent or a mortgage in the city of Bradenton.
I shouldn't have to be forced to do that, and I'm thankful, but there's a lot of other people that don't have that choice and that are homeless because of not being able to afford anything.
City residents say housing costs are out of control. Sydney says she pays $1,500 a month for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. Andrea says she pays $900 a month for 550 square feet. So what price do city residents say is affordable?
I don't know. I mean, because everybody's income's different.
The city mayor says it's a combination of high construction costs and low wages creating the issue.
We have a lot of our millennials that many of whom live in St. Petersburg because they can afford the housing and they drive down here to work.
The city is trying to reverse that trend, approving the local housing assistance plan Wednesday night for a 3-year partnership with the state. Money will be set aside to help low and moderate income families. It'll be used for things such as providing loans for first-time homeowners, home repairs, and reconstruction. It also helps the city acquire apartments that can be turned into affordable housing, which city officials say might be most important because right now twice as many renters as homeowners are housing cost burdened.
Which means that they're spending 50% or more of their gross monthly income on their housing costs. And that's just like their rent. It doesn't include, like electricity, cable, and all those other things you need.
White says the city already has a waiting list of more than 20 people who need the financial assistance. She says the city isn't accepting any more applications until it's clear how much money will go into the Housing Trust Fund from this year's state budget.
There's quite a difference between how the House and the governor want to fund it and how the Senate wants to fund it.
If the House and governor get their way, White says they'll see about $75,000. If the Senate gets its way, they'll see $200,000. And if the Housing Trust Fund stays the way it was in the past, the city of Bradenton would see $535,000.
White encourages that you speak to your legislators about what's going on when it comes to affordable housing. Once the state budget is passed, the city will have a better idea of how many people this money can help. Haley.
Thank you, Jess. A Northport dance instructor accused of performing sexual acts on a 15-year-old girl is facing more charges. Lauren DiBenedetta is now facing 3 charges of lewd and lascivious molestation. She was first arrested in Charlotte County in January after police say she was caught in the victim's bedroom. The victim took classes at Haven Dance Studio in Northport, where DiBenedetta was a teacher. The victim claims she was sexually abused at the studio as well as at DiBenedetta's home, leading to an investigation by the Northport Police Department. The new charges were filed as a result of work by electronic forensic experts and police interviews. The police department says while there's no information on other victims, the case is still under investigation.
At this moment, we don't have any information that there are any more victims out there. However, because she was an instructor at a place where kids were coming and going, we'd certainly, if anybody else is out there who may have additional information about this case or possibly others, we certainly ask you to call the Northport Police Department and we'll investigate it to its fullest.
DiBenedetta is being held at the Sarasota County Jail without bond. And a follow-up to a story we first reported last night. Detectives with the Palmetto Police Department are investigating allegations that a staff member at Lincoln Middle School inappropriately touched a student. The incident report describes the allegations as lewd and lascivious conduct. Manatee County School District officials say it has resulted in the immediate removal of a teacher from the classroom and any student contact. So far, no arrests have been made. We spoke to the former principal of Manatee Elementary School, who says it's important to take each allegation seriously.
You need to investigate it thoroughly, get to the bottom of it, and you need to put the time in because an investigation like that is going to require time.
We did reach out to both the school district and the police department. Neither was willing to comment since it is early in the investigation. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies say a man who was found dead in the parking lot of a Walmart this morning may have overdosed. Deputies were called to the store on Cattleman Road for reports of an unconscious person in a vehicle. When they got to the scene, they found the person was dead. The victim's name has not been released. This death is still under investigation. Congressman Vern Buchanan is reaching out to Governor Rick Scott in an effort to bring more funding to the Suncoast to fight the ongoing opioid epidemic. Buchanan sent a letter to the governor today requesting a significant portion of the $27 million that the state recently received from a federal grant. Buchanan says the Suncoast needs special attention because Manatee and Sarasota counties had the two highest rates of fentanyl-related deaths in the state in 2015. In his letter, Buchanan told the governor the district is suffering and this money will save lives. And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob.
Well, Haley, you know, things are going to start warming up a little bit more so over the upcoming days. We're talking mid-90s. We had them today well inland, but I think a little closer to the coast tomorrow. Right now, it's still warm out there, and it's muggy, too. The dew point temperature way up there, 69. This is what you would almost see during the summer months. We typically never go below 70 on our dew point temperature. Winds are out of the southeast now, and that southerly component to the wind has really brought the dew point temperature up and the humidity, and so that's what we're going to see in the future, too. There's a cold front approaching to the northwest of us, but should have little impact on our weather overnight. We are seeing temperatures very warm from Bradenton through Cortez to Sarasota, Venice, and Englewood down south into Punta Gorda at 71. 71 now in Arcadia, and the water temperature is starting to heat up too. It's at 78 degrees right now. And as far as the overall radar picture goes, no rain to speak of, and it looks as though things are going to stay dry here too as high pressure dominates. The heat is on for the Suncoast as that cold front will fizzle out to the north of us. We'll have much more on this coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. New tonight, a part of US 41 in Manatee County has been shut down in both directions after a fire broke out at Port Manatee. According to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, a sulfur fire broke out around 8 o'clock tonight. As a result, US 41 has been shut down from County Line Road to Buckeye Road in Palmetto. The fire department says roads may need to be closed for another couple of hours. Drivers are being asked to avoid that area. Meanwhile, drivers wanting to get on I-75 northbound from University Parkway will need to find another route tonight. The on-ramp to the interstate is now closed. It will remain closed until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. All northbound lanes on Market Street at University Parkway are also closed until tomorrow morning. The closures are part of the Diverging Diamond project, which is set to be complete this fall. A local pilot out for a flight over the Sarasota Bayfront walked away without a scratch after flipping his small seaplane while trying to land. Sarasota police say the pilot was attempting to land at Hart's Landing, but the wheels were down in the plane. It created a drag in the water, causing the plane to flip over. Good Samaritans at Marina Jack helped rescue the pilot. Seeing him standing on top of the plane there, the Sarasota Police Department is now investigating, and the National Transportation Safety Board has also been notified. Police towed the seaplane to the 10th Street boat ramp. It belongs to a local charter business called Siesta Key Seaplanes. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, the biggest tax cut in history. That's what the White House calls it. But how will it actually reduce taxes for Americans? And in light of the United Airlines scandal, a group of senators has introduced the Ticket Act, how it would protect you when flying.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV?
The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Well, Bob, it is dry everywhere. I got to see firsthand how many people are affected. I was out covering some of these areas affected by wildfires and how dry it is out in some of the farms and ranches, and they're really suffering.
Yeah, you know, I can tell the same thing in some of the golf courses. You look at the ponds, and some of the ponds there, some of the holes, they're below, and some are empty. I know as a Buffalo Creek, they were just empty. So pretty hard to believe. We need the rain, and we're over 8 to 12 inches below average for this year thus far, and nothing on the horizon. Any significant rainfall right now. The Van Wezel webcam showing a beautiful day today, though, for area beachgoers and folks out on the waters. A comfortable day, a nice sunset. We are looking at generally fair conditions again tomorrow as high pressure will dominate the weather. And the pictures and photos that were sent in, this one from Art Conforti. Always a great shot there, Art. The Ringling Bridge and fire danger scale. Well, Haley just talked about it. It's high. These numbers continue to grow higher and higher on the scale. In DeSoto County, the highest number. Manatee and Sarasota counties now both above 615 now. And you can see the numbers, we don't get much higher than that. And if we stay dry, we'll be starting to get into the 700s. In fact, in eastern portions of Sarasota County, at one time today, it was up to 700. This is an average of the entire county, 625. So yes, indeed, some tough going there, especially in the eastern portion of the county. Now, there is a lot of rainfall and heavy thunderstorms located to the north and west of us. That's a cold front that is slicing through the lower Mississippi Valley right now and into the Tennessee Valley. We'll see this activity weaken, though, as it pushes off to the east. Some rough storms have been blowing up from Arkansas through parts of Tennessee tonight and all the way up into Indiana. No rain around here. Clear skies, dew point high, temperatures warm, 74 degrees, and the barometer 2993. And winds are light out of the southeast. We could see even some patchy fog forming by sunrise tomorrow, especially inland areas, as temperatures will get close to that dew point under clear skies. High was 84 today. That's closer to the coast at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport. We did see some highs in the 90s, especially into Hardy, DeSoto, and Highlands counties earlier today. No rainfall report. There's a deficit just at the airport, over 8 inches now, and that number continues to climb. And we're not anticipating any rainfall tomorrow. Friday, a slight chance over the weekend, but if we get any, I think over the weekend it'll be inland and they'll be isolated. Temperatures tomorrow will be just a little bit warmer near the coast and still into the mid-90s in places like Arcadia, Wauchula, and Sebring. All those areas we'll see high temperatures in the low to mid-90s. And you can see that frontal boundary heads back northward as a warm front. We're not anticipating any rainfall here. That rain will stay all to our north, and it looks as though ridging will develop all across the eastern third of the nation. And what that means is a rapid warm-up throughout that region with some bigger storms over the central plains. Satellite and radar picture showing still some snow around in Minnesota, getting a little bit of snow shower activity there. That big storm that caused problems yesterday is exiting off into the Atlantic. Speaking of temperatures in chilly weather, Denver, it's 43, 37 in Minot, Minneapolis at 37, and then much warmer into Cleveland and Washington now at 62 degrees. This is the forecast of that cold air diving southward. Then notice all of a sudden it starts to move northward as that ridge of high pressure builds over the eastern third of the nation. Temperatures really warm up from Texas all the way up into the northeast for that matter, and the cooler air stays well out west, and it looks as though that pattern will continue throughout much of the weekend into early next week. For boaters, winds out of the south, a little bit breezy, 15 knots. We'll have a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature warming up 78 degrees, and beaches will see a high near 85. High tide 219, low tide will be at 7:52 tomorrow. Mostly fair warm tonight, lows in the upper 60s, low 70s right near the beaches. And then tomorrow, similar to what we had today, lots of sunshine, high temperatures, low to mid 90s away from the water. And the 7-day forecast is calling for temperatures to heat up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And a slight chance for showers comes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Those will be those scattered, mainly afternoon and evening storms. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. In national news tonight, President Trump is unveiling what the White House is calling the biggest tax cut in American history. The president wants to slash taxes for corporations and many Americans, but when pressed for specifics, the administration was pretty tight-lipped. ABC's Richard Cantu has that story.
It's the plan President Trump says will jumpstart the economy like never before.
It's a great plan. It's going to put people back to work.
He talked about it over and over again on the campaign trail.
You don't mind having lower taxes, do you, anybody?
The outline, rolled out Wednesday by the Treasury Secretary and the president's top economic advisor, would slash taxes on corporations by more than half, from 35% to 15%. The president's plan would also cut tax rates for individuals and simplify the system, reducing the number of tax brackets from 7 to just 3. Many of the familiar tax breaks for individual Americans would go away. It would eliminate estate taxes and double the standard deduction, while keeping mortgage interest and charitable contributions in place. The outline was just a single page, double-spaced, with few specifics. ABC's Jonathan Karl asked when will the details of the plan be released.
When we see the actual plan.
We're moving as quickly as we can.
One bipartisan analysis estimates the Trump plan could cost anywhere between $3 and $7 trillion in lost revenue over 10 years. Meanwhile, there's a possible breakthrough in Republican efforts to overhaul Obamacare. The Conservative Freedom Caucus, which blocked the first attempt, are now giving a new compromise its stamp of approval. The new version would let states opt out of the popular Obamacare requirement that plans cover basic health services. It could also gut protections for people with pre-existing conditions, something the president once promised not to touch. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
All 100 U.S. senators were invited to the White House today for a special meeting about nuclear testing in North Korea. At the request of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, the senators met with national security advisors to get an update on the situation overseas.
The military is obviously planning for a number of contingencies, a number of options, as well they should. It is, of course, the hope of the administration, the hope of Congress, that military action does not prove necessary.
North Korea had a response to the briefing before it even began, saying the U.S. is playing with fire. The White House says new sanctions against North Korea could be their next move. The Department of Veterans Affairs says it will leave thousands of open positions unfilled. The department says it needs to be leaner as it develops long-term plans that will allow for more veterans to seek care in the private sector. The VA indicates more than 4,000 jobs would remain vacant unless the department can address what officials call an absolute critical need. Most of the jobs are in healthcare, while hundreds are in information technology and human resources. Government auditors have already faulted the VA for shortages in IT and HR. New legislation being presented in Congress could give protection to passengers who purchase airfare. 3 Democratic senators are introducing the Ticket Act. TICKET stands for Transparency, Improvements, and Compensation for Every Ticket Holder. SAFE. If passed, it would guarantee that a passenger that has boarded a plane does have the right to fly. It would allow to address compensation limits for travelers, review ticket overselling practices, and require flight crews to provide more advance notice if they need to be accommodated. The legislation is in response to an incident earlier this month that you probably remember, when a man was dragged off of a United Airlines flight after refusing to give up his seat. Back here in Florida, lawmakers are moving closer to a gambling deal. House and Senate negotiators met today in a last-ditch effort to pass a comprehensive gambling bill this session. If approved, it could result in a new casino in South Florida and give the Seminole tribe the right to offer craps and roulette at their casinos. The House proposed allowing one new casino in Miami-Dade and granting the Seminole tribe additional games at their 7 existing casinos. The legislative session ends May 5th. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Look at tonight's show, which will be absolutely marvelous. This guardian gave his teacher a chunk of concrete and told her it was a piece of the Berlin Wall. Yes? The guardian.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less. Up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, sports.
A tennis star returned to the courts today after being suspended for doping. Maria Sharapova is playing at the Porsche Grand Prix in Paris. It's the first tennis tournament she's eligible to play in after serving a 15-month ban for taking an illegal heart drug. The 5-time Grand Slam champion and former #1 player played Roberta Vinci in a first-round evening match at the tournament. She won 7-5, 6-3 to advance to the round of 16 tomorrow. She will find out next month if she can compete at the French Open. The Tampa Bay Rays looking to break a tie in the 3-game series against the Orioles in Baltimore tonight after Monday losing and then winning last night. The Orioles, though, don't make it easy. They score 3 runs in the bottom of the second to get an early lead. 2 home runs from Tim Beckham helped the Rays close on in. They tie it up in the 8th inning but end up losing 5-4. With less than 5 months to go into the World Rowing Championships at Nathan Benderson Park, organizers are now looking to find volunteers to help with the event, so you might be able to help out. The director of the 2017 World Rowing Championships says they're looking to fill 2,000 volunteer positions for that week. 1,200 people have already signed up. Those who are interested in volunteering must register online and select the shift and position they would like to work. Registration is open until the end of June. You can find more information on this registration process with a link to the form on our website, mysuncoast.com. That's a look at sports. We'll have our lotto numbers right after this.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC7?
I like ABC7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community driven.
Haley Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough! What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough! And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The U.S. Navy's Precision Flying Team is marking its 71st anniversary this week with some very special flyovers. The Blue Angels have been flying along the Florida Panhandle with the Air Force Thunderbirds. The teams have been conducting joint exercises up and down the Pensacola Beach coastline. This is the first time in 5 years the Blue Angels and Thunderbirds have flown together. Look at that. Death-defying.
Yes, always a thrill to watch.
It is a thrill. Wow.
I just don't know how they do it. They're so close to one another, and one slight move, and I'm sure there would be some sort of trouble.
Oh, big trouble.
They
But
seem to manage.
their precision is incredible. Yeah.
And the weather is going to be precise tomorrow. Hot.
Hot.
Yeah,
Precisely
95
hot.
and 90s inland and near the coast. Milder near the beaches, so not too bad there. But
So go to the beach and cool off.
Yeah.
Wear sunscreen, though.
Exactly.
See you tomorrow.